Hello and welcome to Unraveled. I'm your host, Marvi Sirmed, and today we are diving into the rapidly escalating diplomatic crisis between two democracies, Canada and India. A crisis that's not only testing their bilateral relations, but also shaking global diplomacy. At the heart of the dispute is Canada's accusation that India may have been involved in the assassination on Canadian soil in 2023 of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, a vocal supporter of Sikh separatism. While New Delhi has vehemently denied any such involvement, the allegations have strained relations between the two nations and raised questions about India's global conduct. The current tensions began after Nijjar, a prominent figure in the Sikh diaspora and an advocate for Khalistan, a separate Sikh state, was shot dead outside a Sikh temple in British Columbia in June of 2023. Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau later accused the Indian government of being behind the killing, claiming it was an extrajudicial assassination carried out on Canadian soil. India, under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, has consistently denied these allegations, dismissing them as absurd and politically motivated. The situation worsened when both countries expelled each other's diplomats 3 days ago, signaling a serious rift in their diplomatic relations. The assassination of Nijjar, already a controversial figure of India, set the stage for a diplomatic confrontation. His advocacy for Khalistan was seen as a direct challenge to Indian sovereignty, as the separatist movement remains a sensitive issue for New Delhi. The situation escalated further when Canadian authorities, citing intelligence sources, directly linked the Indian government to Nijjar's murder. Canada's decision to recall its ambassador from New Delhi and India's subsequent tit for tat expulsion of Canadian diplomats only intensified the standoff. The diplomatic crisis marks a new low in Canada India relations. The two countries have historically maintained a robust partnership underpinned by shared democratic values, trade, and a large Indian diaspora in Canada. However, the Nijjar assassination and the subsequent accusations have cast a shadow over future cooperation. With both sides digging in their heels, long term consequences may include a breakdown in economic ties as well, fewer political exchanges, and an overall cooling of relations. Indian students, a significant demographic in Canada, could also face increased scrutiny, potentially impacting educational and cultural exchanges between India and Canada. The crisis has broader implications beyond Canada, as India's role in alleged extrajudicial killings on foreign soil raises concerns in Washington, D.C., and of course in Pakistan. The US, which shares close ties with both Canada and India, has reportedly raised similar concerns about India's covert operations abroad, alleged covert operations abroad. If the allegations are substantiated, it could complicate India's strategic partnership with the US, especially at a time when Washington seeks to balance its ties in the Indo Pacific against the backdrop of China's rise. While the US has remained relatively quiet publicly, it may increase pressure on India behind the scenes, particularly regarding human rights and rule of law concerns. India, under Modi's leadership, has sought to position itself as a rising global power and a critical player on the world stage. This includes expanding its influence in the Indo-Pacific, deepening ties with the Western nations, and bolstering its international standing through forums like the G20, the Quad, BRICS, and SCO. However, allegations of state-sponsored assassination in a Western democracy could undermine these ambitions. The diplomatic fallout may tarnish India's image as a responsible global actor, affecting its ability to secure key international partnerships and its investment deals. The crisis also has implications for India's standing in South Asia. Regional rivals such as Pakistan may seize upon the situation to highlight India's controversial policies regarding its Sikh population and in the disputed territory of Jammu and Kashmir, as well as human rights more broadly, human rights within India. Pakistan, which has long supported the Khalistan movement, is likely to amplify the issue internationally, further complicating India's regional diplomacy. Moreover, India's strained relation with Canada, a member of the influential Commonwealth group, could weaken New Delhi's influence within other multilateral forums in which South Asian issues are discussed. So, where does this all lead? We are looking at a long, drawn out confrontation. For Canada, it's a matter of sovereignty and protecting its citizens. For India, it's about defending its international image and dismissing what they see as unfounded accusations. The truth is, both nations have a lot to lose, and it's not clear how this ends. But make no mistakes, this is bigger than just two countries. The whole world is watching, and as this crisis unfolds, we could see real shifts in how democracies deal with one another when trust is broken. That's all for today on Unraveled. I'm Marvi Sirmed. Stay tuned as we continue to follow this story and bring you more in depth analyses on global politics, human rights, and the shifting power dynamics shaping our world. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and catch us next time as we dive deeper into the stories that matter. Good night.